Right then, a signing that has gone under the radar is Paraguayan wonderkid Diego León. Now, we technically did the deal last year, and that's maybe why there's not been so much about it, but Penn only officially got put to paper for him to join last week, and he's been in and around Manchester with his family, completed his medical, obviously a bit earlier this year, but needed to wait until his 18th birthday before he could actually officially make the move. Now, United have agreed a 3.2 million deal to bring León to the club, who was dubbed the very best of the up-and-coming fullbacks in world football. Now we've seen him officially join up as part of the squad for pre-season. I think it's about time that we got to see a little bit of him in action. Now, in terms of his profile, left-sided defender was confirmed as our second summer signing of the weekend. Scouts were initially impressed with his performance for Correa Portino, and he is now set to be the first ever Paraguayan, hopefully, to represent Manchester United. He was born in Colonia, Yagazu, which the youngest of 9 children. His mother spoke about how he would play with a ball made of rolled up cloth, and they couldn't afford a proper one, when revealing that her son predicted as a 5-year-old that he would play for Carrero, which is one of Paraguay's leading sides. He fulfilled that ambition. And as a 13-year-old, he was a top scorer at all their youth levels, despite playing at fullback, which is translated into being an adult. A top-flight debut against Amelinho came and was marked with a winning goal, and that seemed to accelerate the rise to prominence of this hungry youngster. He then completed 33 senior appearances for the club, playing 9 times at the Under-20 South American Championship earlier this year. He did score a notable goal against Argentina, which did do wonders for his confidence. And speaking on Diego, Portino coach Manolo Jimenez had the following to say: "I hope one day we can say he's had a career similar to Marcelo's, or if he signs for United, to what Patrice Evra had at Old Trafford." Love that, by the way. Obviously, we'll have to see. Now, people are worried about Diego, pointing to the obvious fact that he will not play as a fullback anymore, because we don't play with fullbacks anymore. That's a genuine hurdle for him. One that not only is he going to be adapting to a new league, a new culture, a new life, but he's also going to have to adapt to a new position and a completely different mindset. Anyone who's watched any of the Club World Cup will see that there is such a difference in the sort of philosophies of South American football as there is to European and certainly to English football especially. It is hot as balls. I know you know this. We're all feeling it right now. And if you've ever sat through a hot day with an overgrown undercarriage, you know it's not just the weather that's going to get sweaty. Luckily, the good folks at Manscaped have dropped the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, and it's this slick, white hot edition that is finally available across the UK, Europe, and Australia. It's the same top tier trim that's been used by over 12 million lads globally. Now it is available in this crispy, hot, white gold finish that just looks as sharp as it trims. Let's be honest, this isn't just about looking pretty on your bathroom shelf. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is designed to handle your business downstairs. No nicks, no awkward red patches, no drama, just a smooth, safe trim where it absolutely counts. And whether you're refreshing before a big night, heading off on holiday, I just want to feel a little bit more like a bloke that's got his life together, this little beast gets the job done. Use the code Howson, that is Howson, at manscaped.com for 15% off your entire order. Go and treat your bits better. Nobody likes a mid-trim mishap. One rogue move and you're walking funny for a week. No, we're not having that. That's where Manscaped's skin-safe technology comes in to help build for those oopsie moments. We don't need that. The blades don't tug. They don't pull. They just glide over your skin like a dream. None of that raw, sandpapery aftermath that you get with the dodgy clippers down the high street. It's simple. There's no fuss. There's no 14-step skincare routine afterwards. You just grab it, tidy it up, and crack on with your day. You can use it in the shower, by the sink, or even when you're packing for your trip. It's compact, it's powerful, and it's not something that you'll be embarrassed to bring along with you. The white and gold finish looks the bollocks. It's white hot looks. It's silky smooth results. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra brings the heat without roasting the balls. Go to manscaped.com, use the code Howson, that's Howson, get 15% off your entire order. That's Howson for 15% off. Stay cool, stay smooth, and leave the burns to the sun. Now, first game of pre-season kicks off on Saturday, July 19th in Stockholm. We do expect him to be part of that. Whether he starts, whether he comes on, I'm not sure. But a full pre-season is going to be a major positive for León's development. Adaptability might prove to be a bit of a sink or swim for him, but I think the South American way of playing fullback actually kind of suits being a wing back anyway. So it's not like he's got to adapt from being like a defensive fullback. He was already quite offensive anyway. Now, how is he going to fit in? How do you expect him to fit in? Well, I would say at such a young age, adapting to wing-back, and with the experience that he's got so far, and with him being quite an offensive fullback, his qualities already make him right for the role, or the adaptation to the role as a left wing-back. Now, distances, timings, things like that are going to change for him, and that's the things he's going to have to pick up. But he is known for how attacking he is as a fullback. The ability that he's got to dribble, to create chances, to score goals is exactly why United identified him and brought him into the club initially anyway. He has been described as someone that is a physical specimen, lightning quick, very strong in his duels. He's got offensive abilities that are of a very high profile, but scouts identify his defensive abilities as a little bit of a weakness. That said, the cover he will get from the centre-halves in behind him make it much less of a risk when he's on the pitch. His desire to push up and play in that final third as much as possible will heavily be of interest to Ruben Amorim. There's no reason why he can't fill the role, especially if Dorgu is unavailable or needs a rest. His defending can and likely will improve with time and with experience, and they've stated that his tracking back and tracking of long balls and his focus in 1v1 situations are areas that have to improve. He plays with flair, he plays with bravery, and I think that there is a serious pathway into him, into the first team. I just don't think it's going to happen next season. I think you might see him cameoed in the under-23s. I think you might see him cameoed off the bench for the first team. I would probably expect him to be heavily involved in pre-season as they get a thorough assessment of him, and then probably kept around the club for at least 6 months, if not the entire season, before going out on loan to continue his development. When you've got Patrick Dorgu that's ahead of him, and he is ahead of him, so closely in terms of age, it does a couple of things. One, it eliminates the pressure of this kid having to come in and be ready to rock and roll straight off the bat. But two, it also means that you can really work on his development without having to worry about overcooking him for Saturday's game, because development now is the most important thing. I think this is one that you can be calculated with in terms of bringing his development in, and I would look at this almost as like a 12-18 month pathway to getting a full regular start in English football. Whether that's via loan, whether that's via intensive training, whether that's via indoctrination into the 23s, or maybe playing in some of the cups. I would look at it as being quite a long-term project. He's come on such little transfer fee. You've got nothing to lose. There's no pressing requirement for him to be given opportunities in the first team. He's going to be behind Dorgu. I don't know whether he's behind Amas or not. We'll get our assessment, hopefully, this week from how he does against Leeds if he features. Otherwise, hopefully, we'll get to see him on tour. And because there's 8, 9, 10, sometimes 11 subs in these preseason games, I'm pretty sure we will see him, and then we'll find out what he's all about. But let me know what you're thinking about him. Do you expect him to feature before that? Am I being too slow with it? Do you think he'll feature this season? Please let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.